Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and we're back with another one of my creations where I decided to try a pattern a little bit different. I wanted to kind of elongate an arrowhead by making it do two sets of diamonds instead of just one. And I have to admit, going into this, I thought this was going to be a real easy pattern to do, and it turned out it confused me because I'm so used to the standard arrowhead pattern that changing it up just that little bit increased my need to actually look at the pattern on screen and make sure I wasn't making mistakes and try to figure out what was going on, because it really was different. In fact, I'm not sure where in the video we'll find it, but there was a part where I made a mistake and I stopped the video and took it out to several knots because I thought it was in one place and obviously I wasn't. So yeah, just kind of different. Also, it makes it so that the regular elongated bracelet that we made before has a certain kind of flow to it. It just looks very organic, very much like dropping ink into a bowl of water. Has that sort of cool flow thing going on. This one, it's sort of boxy. It's sort of very less organic. It's still interesting to look at. I love the way the colors come together in this. The fact that it's got the dark blue in the very center of it. That's pretty cool. In fact, it kind of reminds me of like the Batman's flying, whatever, the Batwing, or I don't remember what they called it, but yeah, it kind of reminds me of that. It's got kind of that interesting vibe to it. But overall, not a bad bracelet. It's definitely not a beginner bracelet, but it's not bad. It's kind of fun. I want to try it again. Mind you, I've got like a list of things I want to do, but I want to try it again where right now, like, the arrows are pointing outwards, like pointing towards the top, and then when it flips, it'll look like it's pointing to the end of it. I want to try it again where it's pointing towards the middle. So I think we're going to try that. But I think the other thing I wanted to try was the elongated one that was pointing to the middle. I want to try that as a double, because I kind of think that one might make for a real interesting bag. Or maybe I've got like cans and stuff, like I keep pens and stuff in a can that have bracelets wrapped around it, and I'm thinking maybe something like that, you know, something for my own self, because I really like that pattern overall a lot. That's not to say I don't like this one. I do like this. It's very different. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you on this. You gotta take your time, you gotta watch the pattern, I think it was the orange and red were the strings that were used the most. So like, yeah, but I think you would probably imagine that just looking at it, at how there's just so much more of those two colors. And yeah, looking at the pattern like on paper, technically on the computer, I really imagined that it was going to be quite a bit different than how it turned out. And that's not to say I'm disappointed. I'm not. It's just a very different kind of look. And yeah, I love it. I think it's really cool. I think there's a lot of possibility. Like, this would have been really fun to do with like colors that fade from light to dark. Maybe put the darkest one as that center and then let it go out to the lightest one on the outsides. I think this would be a great pattern for that. Just don't do it with red. Learned a long time ago that does not really go over as well as you might think. It ends up looking like a feminine product. You just trust me on this one. Do a fade in blue or green, you know, but not red. What else can I tell you? Oh, I can tell you that it's my YouTube members that make all this possible. Without their help, I wouldn't have all the string and things needed to actually make daily videos like I do. So yeah, I can't imagine how I would have gotten as far as I have without their assistance. So thank you guys very much. If you want to help the channel, it's real easy. It's $4 a month. You hit the join button down by the subscribe, and it helps me to put up more videos and make more cool things and find interesting props and stuff to make videos a little bit more interesting or fun. So yeah, this is getting towards the middle here where the dark color blue comes in, and yeah, I don't remember how long this took. I want to say it took a couple hours, like maybe just short of 2 hours. I'm pretty sure. Maybe just slightly over. I don't remember, but it was kind of right around that area. Yeah, I don't always jot that down. I really probably should, because it's really easy to forget that kind of stuff when you make as many videos as I'm doing. It's really hard to remember like how long did a particular project necessarily take. But yeah, it wasn't too terrible. Again, it's sort of in the Arrowhead family, so it's a little bit easier than. Yeah. See how the dark blue sort of had a little knot at the end of the string? I hate when it does that. Every time you pull it through, it feels like it's snagging. But see how that blue turned out? I'm not sure if it shows up quite as well on video as it does in person. In person, these colors really just rock so well. But it's hard to tell because my monitor is one of the ones that's supposed to be like protect my eyes from like over brightness or something. So I'm not sure if like what I see is the same as what you see, because maybe you've got like a nice bright display that it really makes the colors pop like real life. So it could be different. Yeah, and I obviously, I'm pretty sure that mistake had happened earlier. Well, I don't know. I know that I made a really big one and had to stop the video like, wait, nope, that's not right. And I guess that's kind of easy when you're kind of feel like the pattern's familiar when it really isn't. I don't know where it was now. I thought I'd catch it. I thought I'd spot it and be like, aha! But I don't see it now. But yeah, tomorrow we'll work on doing the double wide thing. Because that's kind of fun. And yeah, I technically don't need to make the pattern for that, because it's just a double wide. Just use the single one, put the two together, and then you end up with an extra row in the middle. That's pretty easy to figure out if you've done it for a while. Obviously I have. Beginners, it would be a little bit harder, but because we have have patterns on the website, I have to put together the pattern anyways, so it can be there in case somebody newer wants to try it themselves, which I imagine they might. It's a good looking design overall, like in theory. That's why I want to do it. That's why I really think that it would turn out really cool to have it like more than double, like 6 or 8 in a row. I think it'd be really, really cool. And that's why I think the can idea, because I want to do it like single stranded, because it looks really cool with fine knots, like little tiny ones. So yeah. I don't know how much video I have left. But yeah, if you have any questions, comments, you can always hit me up. And oh, YouTube has a new thing. The community tab is now posts. You can actually, if you have a bracelet design that you're curious about, you can actually do a thing in YouTube now. You don't have to use Discord. YouTube has a thing where you could post a picture and ask questions about a bracelet design or something. So that's kind of neat. That's kind of new. Haven't tried it out yet. Don't know what it's like. But I've been made aware that it's a possible thing now. So yeah. Same place where you go to find out what the schedule is can turn into a place to asking questions. So, or you can just go to Discord. That's always cool as well. Yeah, we're getting right towards the end here. The yellows are the ones it ends with. So, yeah. I gotta thank you for hanging out this long. If you haven't, please hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. 2 things that you can do that helps, make the channel, a little bit better. And yeah, as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.